we are live, guys. We are live. I just can't find our live, but we are live. We have one in the chat. Okay, StreamYard has been a pain in... Oh, Jesus Christ, I don't like hearing my voice. Hi, Nigel, how you doing, lovey? So, how is everyone tonight?
Marvellous, I am. I've had the loveliest day ever in the cold down here.
Oh, my love. Listen, there's nothing that cures a bad day than a bottle of wine.
I've had two. I've got two of them.
So you're trying to tell me your pift is apart.
I'm having a bloody party on my own.
Oh, no, you know, you're joining us for a party tonight.
That's it.
Okay then.
You can join our party. We're having a party ourselves. Thanks, Nigel. I'm glad that you're doing okay. I hope you had a good Christmas and New Year, my friend. So, Tim, I haven't seen you in a bit. How's your Christmas and New Year been?
Not too bad. Been out investigating a couple of times. Had some good results at my local churchyard.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Yeah, we went up to... Pardon?
Do tell.
Yeah. Ancient St. John's, which is just up the road. It's an old ruin. I've probably told you before. But yeah, we went up there. Stuff was thrown about. It was really good, actually. Rocks thrown about. Spoke to young Emily, which is a little 10-year-old girl. And it's amazing. So I've been doing that and drinking lots of wine and stuff, and that's about it, really. But need to get out investigating more this year. Going to do a lot more this year.
Well, as I was saying last night, my plans is I'm waiting to the better weather, and it's a lot more warmer. Because the problem is, right now I'm suffering with the weather during the cold snap. So I'm going to wait till it's better weather, and I'm going to start going out. Now I did have a page to put everything on, but I disbanded it. So I'm thinking, obviously, of restarting it, rebuilding it again. Obviously, make a new one. Still use the same name because I used my initials. And I had LH Witchy Paranormal. I did have it up running, but because obviously I'd kind of lost that momentum with the paranormal, but again I've gained it back. Now I'm definitely 25 is my year with the podcasting and the paranormal, and I'm back to let's go get this done. Hiya Laura, hiya Mary, hiya Jacqueline. I don't look as beautiful as you, my darling.
We love you.
But definitely, I mean, last night was utter mayhem. But yeah, hiya Nicola, how you doing? You all look wonderful, Laura. Honestly, I look like a hard paper run. Hiya Mary. Do you know, guys, I actually killed Lynn backstage because what I did was she was taking it. Oh, here's my boy.
Nicky! Legend.
Nicky! We're acting like a pack of animals tonight.
No, I could definitely tell.
I killed Lynn tonight because I told Lynn I looked like I had a hard paper run because obviously you guys in America have got wonderful water and it makes you look so young, whilst you look at me and you can about see sea lines.
Yeah.
Sea lions.
Aye, sea lines. Look at my sea lines. It's my waves.
I can't see nothing.
It is my waves. But I'm definitely not doing the old Botox. Fuck that shit.
No,
No.
it's awful.
I don't know. I don't know why I keep freezing.
If you eat cakes, that gets rid of your lines. I found that out.
Ah.
If you eat cakes, if you're a bit wrinkly on your front, which you're not, I'm not saying you are, but if, say you're skinny person, and you eat cake and put a bit of weight on, it gets rid of the lines.
Yeah.
Oh. So
I know
what you're saying
I
now?
put weight on. My chubby cheeks are coming back again.
Do you know what it is? I want to grab Lynn's cheeks and go, "Oh, you do."
No. You don't want to be skinny. You want to have a bit of meat on you and pump that face out. And
Listen. I've got plenty to share round about me. So if anybody wants to grab some of this flab, come ahead. Hey, Laura. No name, baby. Woo!
My arms look like they're 4 foot long. Look.
Got to have the robes. Listen, Laura, I've got plenty to go around. I've got a spare tyre. Nicholas like that. No wrinkles on a balloon. I wish I was a balloon. I don't know how you doing, love. So, Nick, put us down a rabbit hole. Hit me with a topic. Go.
I didn't really think of. I didn't think I was going to be ready for this.
Go on, Nick. Make me go boom. Get me interested. Go on.
Well, it's been a while since I brought this up, and Lois is going to know. You're going to know this. Basically, it's been quite a long time since we've done any advertising for Gorilla Glue.
Well, I thought you were actually going to bring up. Yeah, win! Woo! We're all wild tonight, by the way. We're a pack of animals. Laura says, big and beautiful. Enough said. Babe, what? Can I honestly say big is beautiful? And that's how I like my partner to be, is big and beautiful. So you've got a lot to hold on to. That's what I say. But anyway, that's by the by.
Shall I come out of the live and then come back in again?
Probably. We're carrying on for last night's nonsense and caper.
We're trying to go down a rabbit hole, Wayne. Nick's going to take us down a rabbit hole.
That did not sound like a rabbit hole. That sounded like a completely different hole altogether.
Laura says hi. Mary says hi. Wait, Nick, it's when you go down to the woods today, you're in for a big surprise. When you go down to the woods.
I get dog poo on my shoes. That's the biggest surprise I get when I walk down the woods.
Yeah. It's disgusting, isn't it? No, fair play. It's disgusting. People leaving crap everywhere, don't they?
I think
they need to stop pooing in the woods, then, don't they?
Hey, Jeremy.
Hi, Jenny.
Do you know what? What I find more amazing, it's not so much that people allow their dogs to poo on the field or in the woods or wherever. It's the idiots that allow their dogs to poo on the field or in the woods. Then they have the gall to pick it up and put it in a bag and then dump it on the floor anyway.
Or throw it in the trees.
Hang it in a tree. Let's hang it in a tree.
Hanging it in a tree.
Listen, guys. They say that if you get shit on, put your lottery numbers on. Laura says, Willow, you're like me. I'm laying in bed watching this roll. Do you know what, Laura? I'm at my comfort tonight. At my comfort. Do you know I actually got criticised by someone for doing my podcast in bed because it was not very professional. I don't know why he thought I was very professional. Noreen's like, Lois starting the porn show again. Yeah, give it time. We're only 10 minutes in, Noreen. I've not got the energy for take my clothes off and all that, you know?
The thing is, Lois, is to turn around and say you're not very professional. It depends on what the content is. If the content is light-hearted humour and conversation, then you are professional. The whole podcast is professional. It's because this person, whoever he may be, is one of these people that would rather stick a stick up his backside and walk around and have a moan at other people.
The thing is,
they haven't got a life and they need to get one.
Also, professional means you do it for a living, which people get mixed up.
That's right.
There was an argument on Facebook about Yvette Fielding. We'll go down that little rabbit hole for a minute.
Oh, let's go.
She's not a professional, but she is a professional ghost hunter because she does it for a living. It doesn't matter how good you are at it. A professional means you do it for a living. You'll do that for a living.
That means I'm a professional.
She is a professional ghost hunter.
I'm looking at Wayne and I can see Wayne going,
it doesn't matter how good you are at it. If you do that for a living, you are a professional.
That's all I do. It's all about ghosts.
Yeah.
Well,
you know, a profession.
Well said, Tim. It was Tim. Agreed. See, this is a problem. Right? This is a big, huge problem. Is the word professional gets flung about all the time.
Yeah.
No.
That's what you do for a living. That's what you do for a living.
Exactly. And it's not just that. When somebody starts throwing that professional round about, it starts to annoy me big time because it's kind of like we're all in the field. Oh, wow. What starts out as a hobby becomes a passion. What becomes a passion, then you want to take it. Do you know what? I wouldn't slate MD. You know, if you want to take it further, fine. But what I find is that people that come into the field, they come in with good intentions, right? We all have good intentions at the beginning. Now, I'm not saying this is everybody, but I have seen people who have went from having good intentions to then becoming popular. When they become popular, they get a big head. When you get the big head, then comes the ego and they look against everybody else. And I think, really, you know, just because you get a fan base, I've got a fan base, but I'm no big-headed. I'm humble about it. And that's the way that I'm going to stay. You know, there was no amount of fan base, there's no amount of money that could ever change me. I am who I am. I'm laid back. I'm very humble about this and I'm very grateful. And as I've always said when I've been doing the podcast is, if I only got one viewer, I would be the happiest wee bunny in the world because that one person's watching me. Then that's fine. I'm not here to look for views. I'm here to enjoy myself, have a laugh with you guys, be laid back, enjoy, you know, with my viewers as well. Even invite new ones in, making sure that they're happy. Then I'm a happy bunny.
I said that today on a friend's TikTok live. We were talking, and he's a hypnotherapist, and he was saying about progressing forward with things and doing certain things to make you feel better in yourself. And we were talking about the TikTok lives, and people were saying about, oh, we got these subscribers, and you pay X amount per month to have these subscribers. So these people are paying them money to go live. And I'm like, I'll go live. I won't charge anybody for it. And even if I only get one person enjoy that live, then I've done my job.
Yeah, exactly.
I couldn't care less about how many people go onto the live. I don't care about the gifts. I don't care about the stars or subscribers. As long as people enjoy the content, then that's it. And I see videos on TikTok all the time where it says, "Oh, increase the amount of views, increase the amount of people that follow you by doing this, this, and this." I'm like, I couldn't care less.
No, I
I
don't.
would rather earn the followers than force the followers.
Yeah.
You know, you shouldn't really be forcing anybody to follow you or subscribe to you. You need to get those followers from your own merit and from your own hard work.
Yeah.
And it's, for me, I mean, yes, the ghosts and the paranormal is all I do. That is my job. But I'm also a carer for 2 disabled children.
Yeah.
So that is also my job. And that, to me, is my reward. So everything in the paranormal that I do, regardless of how many books I sell or how many events I sell tickets for, that's just a bonus. I couldn't care less. And the ticket prices for my events are really low anyway. They're non-profit, and my books are really low, so people can read what I write.
Yeah,
you're right, guys. You're right, guys. You've got me down a rabbit hole, and I'm going to be very, very controversial. So let's buckle up, Teddy, for this one. Right?
Get your seatbelt on.
Get your seatbelt on. Hold on tight. This is going to be a long ride. But what do you guys think the reasonable price for a ticket for a public event should be?
It depends on the venue.
Yeah.
The problem.
You beat me to it.
Bear with me a second. All right. I'll be seeing them on victims.
Night, Freddie.
Bye-bye,
Hello, my
Freddie.
friend. Bye.
We have to, when we say goodnight to them, we have to say it in an order. We have to say, "No night, love you, see you in the morning, sweet dreams."
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
bless
If
him.
you say it any other way, he kicks off.
And you've got to do it all over again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Until you get it right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it depends on the venue, because some venues charge different prices, obviously. And we have a couple near us. One of them, Harrods Redoubt Fort. The last time I did an event there, they charged £150 deposit, and then £15 per person after the first 10 people. So that £150 deposit covered the first 10 people.
Oh my!
And then it was £15 per person after that. So the team consisting of 6 people, that was like £15 there each on that one. Then you'd got 4 guests paying the £15. That covered your £150 deposit. So then you had any more guests that came along would pay £15 each, and that would have to be paid cash on the night.
Yeah.
To the people that run the place. But what we would do is we would charge £20 or £25, because then that would cover for all the food and drink that we provided as well.
Yeah.
So by the end of the night, we'd be lucky to have £15 or £20 left over, which would go to the fuel costs.
Yeah.
So we'd have 2 team members come all the way from Aylesbury. So I would give them some of the money, if not all of it, because they've had to travel the furthest, whereas the rest of my team all live in Colchester, and I pick them up anyway.
Yeah.
So I make sure that the team get their fuel costs covered.
Yeah.
I don't like, obviously when you get places like Colchester Castle that want to charge £1,500 or £2,000 for the event of the night, that's when the ticket prices go up so high that I feel it's not worth it. People don't want to pay £86, to £100 for an event that, if you had more people, it would bring the price down. But you've got to guarantee you're going to get that many people in the first place.
Yeah.
And I remember back in the day, we got, I managed to get Most Haunted Experience into Colchester Castle, and they just got simply greedy. I will say it. They got greedy, and we ended up with 85 people in the venue, and they all paid £85 each.
Wow.
To go in there. That is a serious amount of money, and that was overkill, because although Colchester Castle is a big building, we ended up with 4 groups in only 3 floors.
Yeah.
Oh,
But there was noise pollution. The only place where you didn't get the noise pollution was down underneath the castle. But the rest of the castle, you had noise pollution from the other teams walking about. And you would have something happen in one area and you'd hear someone scream. And everybody else in the other 2 areas in the castle would hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it got annoying. And then when you try to take a group photo, we're all on the staircase, the main staircase in the centre of Colchester Castle. And there was people hanging over the banisters in the 2nd floor.
Oh, man.
Because everybody had to try and get into the shot. There was just too many people.
Yeah.
But if you narrow it down to what the insurance companies say of roughly 30 guests, that is more than enough. Because then you can have 3 groups, 1 on each floor, and there's no noise pollution.
Yeah, no, definitely, I totally agree.
The costs are through the roof, because if you divide that £1,500 or £2,000 between 30 people, including your team members, it's a lot of money and people won't pay it.
A lot of money, yeah.
Right, guys, I'm going to quickly go to comment because they're building. No, you're fine, love. Noreen said, well said. When Laura says cutting out here due to spirit activity happening currently, me, that is. Oh, you'll need to tell us more. Noreen says, even professionals have a sense of humour. People criticising are just asses. Hi, Denise. Noreen says, my suggestions to say to persons, fuck off. I say fuck off too, Noreen, and go and watch some build. It's more palatable to them. Hiya, Nicola. Hiya, Denise. Denise is buckled up. That's what I like to hear. Hiya, Chris. How you doing, my lovey? That's a rip, definitely. Hi. Oh, Denise is talking. Chris says it's cold tonight. It's dropped to -20. Oh,
Jeez.
what I've been told, it's -8 outside. Well, you better get wrapped up, my darling. Noreen says too many people spoils it because of noise pollution, etc. Totally agree. Noreen says I wouldn't even entertain going anywhere with too many people. Major anxiety. Nicola says when I go ghost hunts, I always make sure it's with small groups. Nick, what about you? Because from an American point of view, what is it like over in America when you're going for locations and events and things like that?
Well, let's start off with the Paracons, because this is actually being very clear within just a month, might be well over a month now, where there's this Paracon starting up that's going to be called, it's supposed to be a new one. It's supposed to be called the Missouri Paracon, obviously in the state of Missouri, and in Kansas City to be exact. And you know, when I heard about I heard about it when I was in the Michigan Paracon last year. And I thought to myself, well, this Missouri one sounds really interesting. You know, maybe that could be like the new big Paracon that was taking over Michigan. Well, I spoke to a few other people about it, and they seemed to have no more information about this Paracon, obviously, than I did. And I found out the prices they were asking for the Missouri one were just off the wall. I mean, it was just like, you got to be kidding me. And it wasn't even just for, I don't remember what the full price of it was, but it was like at a really high price for like this con. But it was not only just the tickets though that we're talking about here. We're also talking about the vendors that were going to be at this thing. I mean, they were asking, I think it was like oh man, it had to be at least about like $300 just to get a vendor table. I was like, are you freaking kidding me? $300 for that? And it gets worse than that. When you have a lot of these vendors come out, or the big names that come out to these things, you know, you are expected to at least pay for some of, you know, these guests to show up.
Yeah.
So but then I found out that a lot of them were not even going to like help pay for their hotel rooms or anything like, you know, stuff like that. And then and then we kind of all added up together. It was like the full price for all of it was like $1,500. It was,
oh wow!
When I heard that,
I used to do something called Parafest.
Yeah,
and it was always at a place called Church Farm in Skegness on the east coast.
That's where you spend.
And they'd invite guest speakers down there, and there was some sort of well-known names there, and I didn't expect anything out of it. People were standing there saying, "Oh, well, you should charge them for it," and I went, "Why?" I'm going there. I'm telling people about my experiences. Yes, I'm taking my books up there, and I will be selling my books. But that's what I do in my spare time, is writing my books. And if I sell them books, then that's down to me.
Yeah.
But I'm not charging them for being a guest speaker. I'm there because I'm interested in the paranormal. I want to learn off of other people. And at the end of the night, I get to do a ghost hunt as well.
Yeah.
So, I didn't charge them for going as a guest speaker. And I've been there twice now and guest spoken at this event. So, you get all these things like the Comic Cons.
Well, funny enough, hold that thought, because Larry, hi Larry, Larry says that Comic Cons are prices to enter way too much.
Yeah, but that's because some of these people, and I did 2 last year. I went to 2. I was actually in one Comic Con last year, and I went to another one. And the one I was actually at, I allowed them in there. I was there for free, and I'd set up my table. I put all my ghost hunting equipment out there, and I was having conversations with people about what we do. I had episodes of Truth Beyond Paranormal being shown on my iPad on the table, and then on the side of the table I had my books. So people were asking me about the paranormal, everything I do. Showed them the books, and in the end I ended up selling most of my books.
Wow.
So that was a plus.
Oh, wow.
But there was literally, to the table next to me was a guy who was given £500 to be at that Comic-Con, and all he was a stormtrooper in the first Star Wars film.
Get lost. Wow.
But that's the sort of thing they do. They charge for being there, but that's their living. They don't earn anything from anything else. They keep going to all these little Comic-Cons and getting paid a couple of £100 to sit there, and then they charge on top for an autograph.
Well, funny. I tell you, you and Larry must be having a mind.
That's actually Joe right there. That's his other profile.
Oh, is that Joe? I didn't realise that was Joe. Then on top, they charge you for photos and autographs to add to the expenses. I'm just going to quickly read out the other comments. Laura says, snowing outside right now on top of the 12 inches we've already got. My God. My city I live in is one of the most haunted cities in the US. Just wanted to toss this out there for you guys. Where are you from, Laura? And Noreen says some of the event prices is get greedy. Never mind waving it is. Pickle Talk, never mind waving, get your ass in here and stop your shite.
However, the one
you're on your own side of the equator.
The Comic-Con we have in Colchester, it's called Invasion Colchester, and they have it every September. And that one is a free event. It is literally free to go to, because it's held throughout the city centre. So they will have Deadpool. So they'll have the like this big Deadpool background with a podium, and he'll be on that podium, and they don't charge for the photos on that. You just go up and you have your photo taken with him. There are other guys there that will say, I was an extra in Star Trek, I was in Star Wars, I was in this, I was in that. But if you want a photo, it will cost you £5. They're making their money from that. And then what they're doing is they're actually collecting for charity. They're collecting for the local hospice. And they do generate thousands of pounds for the charity. But a lot of these people that are asking for, a fee for their autographs and their photos, they're selling their own merchandise, and they're getting paid for that merchandise. But they've also charged to be there at the same time.
Do you know, thank you very much, Wayne, because I'm sitting here going, Deadpool, Wolverine. Deadpool, Wolverine.
Guys, real quick, what Laura just said. She's 5 minutes from Alton, Illinois, and that's what I was just talking about yesterday about the full body apparition. Remember?
That
Yeah.
That is awesome, Laura. I've been there.
Tom, drive through that red light. You've got a date with me. Come on, hurry up, Malton.
You know what, Morty? It's not supposed to be a red light. It's supposed to be a green light because you're a pickle.
And see if the cops stop you. Say I've got a date with a redhead in Scotland. Hurry up! Right, what about?
One other thing I just also want to point out too. I mean, in regard, don't even start, Tom. It's not that. I'm not going to say it.
Illinois.
Yeah, Illinois.
One other thing, when all this talk about these paracons, I mean, like when I found out about this one in Missouri, I mean, price like that, they weren't going to even help out with. I mean, this was not even a case of like, because I know some of these paracons sometimes are a little bit expensive, like if they're doing it for the right reasons, like if they're giving it to, like, let's say, for example, with ParasiteCon that's going to be coming up in a few months. I mean, it's not that expensive, but a lot of that money is going to the restoration of the prison, including the investigations too. So there's kind of a pretty much a good reason why some of these prices are up. But in this case with Missouri, this is off to a whole new level. They're not doing this for restoring any place. I think, just like whoever said it a few minutes ago, that they're just being greedy. And when I found out about this, I thought to myself, Noreen who said it, I just literally thought to myself, as much as I really want to try to go out to other paracons, including new ones, this is one that I have no intention of attending because that is just a complete ripoff.
Yeah.
It is. If you go to these events, it's, the reason why I do paranormal events is because I love the paranormal. I love going out in the middle of the night in places that you can't access during the night.
Yeah.
And it costs you a bomb to go to during the day. Now, you can arrange to go there at the night, and it only costs you £15 instead of 20 quid to get in. And then you go to a cafe and they charge you £6 for a cup of coffee. And you can go off on a paranormal investigation into this area for £5 less. You've got free food and coffee or whatever thrown in as well, and you're doing something you enjoy doing. So to do it, to go out on a paranormal investigation at a low cost is what I'm about, because I want people to enjoy what I do. So we just do enough to cover the cost of the hire of the venue and for the food and drink, and then that's it. It's not about making money for me. It's sharing the experience of the paranormal at a location.
Because some people can't get to go to places like that, can they? So with you being there and showing that's giving them people. I mean, there could be people who are disabled who can't get out. You're opening the world up for them. Yeah.
It's the same with a lot of places. If you can go to anywhere. It can be of I don't know, historical interest. Say like the Tower of London. You go there during the day, and you've got the Tower of London. You can see the sights. You can see all the Dead Man's Gate or whatever they call it, and you see all the beef eaters. But if you were to go there at night time and you were given access to go there at night time, the atmosphere is completely different.
Oh, I bet it's
and that's what people enjoy to pay for. They don't mind paying for that thing because it's the whole atmosphere changes. The air of mystery's there. And that's what creates that buzz. And that's why we do it. It's a bit of a buzz. And when you do it at a price that people can afford, and you're not breaking anybody's bank, and you're enjoying it, they're enjoying it, then it's job done, isn't it?
Yeah.
Pam, what's your thoughts?
Wayne, you've got an event coming up at the Steam place, haven't you? I've got £25. Yeah. Now I've seen that. I've seen people put that up for like £55. Yeah. You're doing it for £25. No, if I was available at that day, I would bit your hand off. I've always wanted to go there. No, that is a bargain, my friend. That's amazing.
Streatham Old Engine. We filmed there a while back for TBP. We've been there. I've been there 3 times now. The first time I was there, I swear to God, I shit myself.
Yeah.
So you should have been pad for you.
It is the first time I have actually been physically scared.
Really?
Simply because I was up on the top floor, and this place has got 3. It's got the basic floor where there's the water wheel, the other half of the water wheel. The water wheel's in a separate shed, but the metal part of the metal wheel of the water wheel is inside the building. Right. So you've got that floor, then you've got a second floor, which has sort of a lot of machinery in and a lot of the dials. Then you've got a mezzanine platform floor, which has part of the diesel workings, and then the very top floor, which is the very top of the wheel. And myself and Jamie Satchell, who works there, he's one of the volunteers that keeps the place running. We were up on the top floor. I'd got Eric, my Skull REM pod, sitting on the windowsill. Yep. And me and Jamie had gone to the far end of the floor. And the REM pod's sitting there. It's not going off at all. And then we said, right, it's stopped being so active. We've got to go for a break now. So we'll head downstairs. And as I picked Eric up, and just before I got to it, the eyes started flashing. And I went, oh, so now you decide to go off. And I picked it up. And as I went to walk down the stairs, this man's face literally went boom, straight into mine. Literally came up the stairs. And I thought it was one of the other investigators, Keith. And it shocked me because he literally came right up into my face. And I stumbled backwards and went, oh, my God. And I would literally instinct kicked in, and I shot downstairs as fast as I could, ran into the main reception area where the boilers are kept. And on the reception desk, there's a big drawing pad. And I drew the image of this face. And it was an oldish guy with a big white beard that went right down to his belly. And down the middle was a black line, right the way down the middle of his beard. He'd got a pipe in his mouth, flat cap, and his name was John.
Brilliant.
It literally took me 3 minutes to draw this down and write the name John. And it wasn't until the second time that I visited there that it turned out that John was a stoker in the 1800s.
Amazing.
And it was his job to keep the boilers lit.
Brilliant.
And then he had to clean them out when they'd finished.
Oh, I'd love to meet you. I'd love to meet you.
So have you still got places available on that?
Yeah.
What day is it, Wayne?
I think it's the 22nd of February.
Wow. I'm going to really try.
I say I think because I'm sure that's what I put, 22nd of February. I've got another one at Kelvin and Hatch Nuclear Bunker on the 17th of May. They're the only 2 confirmed ones I've got at the moment.
Oh, I'm working that weekend.
And then I'm going to be arranging for at least 4, maybe 5 investigations at the Red Lion Hotel in Colchester.
See, that's interesting. The Red Lion.
I'm coming down this year. I'm planning on doing lots. I am. Yeah. We've got some amazing free places in Northampton that you're welcome to come up to, Wayne.
I mean, this is the problem because of the size of my family. It's difficult to travel too far because we need to get back at a moment's notice if anything goes wrong, like Freddie wakes up and burns the house down or something silly like that. And it's difficult for us because all my family are in Greece, and Ellen's mum's not very well, so it's difficult for us to get babysitters. So 9 times out of 10, if I organise an event, it's very difficult for Ellen to come with me, even though she's one of the event organisers. It's difficult for her to come out unless we can get a babysitter. So it's difficult, but we try and fit what we can in with the availability that we've got. So I tend to sort of look at it and say, well, like the Stretamold engine, we would keep the numbers lowish, say to about 15 people, because there's really only two teams that you could have that wouldn't cause noise pollution.
Well, that's
I like small groups. I do like small groups, and I
like it quite. I'm going to cut in now because I'm going to wish William a happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear William. Happy birthday to you. Woo! I'll go in other comments. Joe said Greta's taking over in some cases. Laura doesn't go to events. Near da, Laura. Larry, I keep saying Larry. Joe says that's why I haven't been to many in the past. There's a few I'm going to this year. Bye, Joe. See you later. But personally, from my point of view, right, with events, I don't like doing events personally because I would be too busy worried about everybody and I couldn't do what I would intend to want to do. As for price wise, I find some to be very, very steep, but then I see both sides of the coin of why they're very steep because they've got to their costs and the overheads and everything else. I think we live in a society now where prices, it doesn't matter where you're in the world, whether you're in America, England, Scotland, Ireland or wherever, the prices are really, really bad now. We just normal day life, we shopping, we groceries and things like that, and not many people have actually got the money. And the sad reality...
but it depends because some places will just turn around and say, we'll charge you £300 and that's it. They'll charge you a flat fee. So then you can look at it in a different way. If they just charge you a flat fee, you can turn around and say, right, well, our public liability insurance allows us to have 30 people. So we divide that £300 between the 30 people. There's your ticket price. But the people don't. They go, right, okay, so we've got 30 guests. That's £30. So say 10 quid each. That's that covered. But then they go, oh, hang on a minute. We can charge £35 here because this company charged this much. So they up the price and they go £35. So they're making £25 on top of that original ticket price. And they're making money from it. But if it's a price per head, then again, they'll just stand there and go, right, okay, we'll just say it's X amount and their profit comes in. I don't do that. I look at it and I go to myself, right, we can have 30 guests. So if we take off this and take off that and we say, right, that's how much the ticket would be, cost price. So we'll add £5 or £10 on top to cover for the food, the drink, any, we've had to have one event where we've had to have a generator. So we've had to pay for a generator to be there to provide electricity for the hub room.
But I think also the venues take the piss because there's venues that see, and this is just for past experience that I've experienced when I've had to go and look for venues for maybe investigations, as I don't go in and quite say at the beginning why I'm there. I just say I'm looking to hire your hall or your venue, blah blah blah. There may be ABC coming, and they'll give you a certain price. Soon as your mouth opens and say, I'm a paranormal investigator, boom, price goes up and the sky high and it takes a piss.
They do. Same with marriages as well. When they find out it's a marriage, the price goes up.
Colchester Castle did that to us when I inquired. They turned around and said I was £2,000. I said, why is it so high? You only charged that team £1,500 to come into the castle, and now all of a sudden it's £2,000. And they turned around and said, oh, you'll be filming. I said, no, we're not filming. And she'd be like, well, it's £1,500 then. And I'm like, so you're going to charge us £500 just because we're going to be filming what we do?
Yeah.
It's absolutely. Nick, I know you wanted to say a few words tonight about what's going on in LA. So I'm going to jump in with you because I know that obviously I did it last night and I said to you, you could do it tonight because you've got away with words, haven't you?
Yeah, well, I could certainly start off with it's definitely getting a lot worse over there. I mean, for starters, already 10 people have been reported dead. So the death toll is increasing. And the fires are just completely out of control. I mean, it's just it's an apocalyptic scene, as I would say.
Yeah.
There are so many people who've lost their homes, and including several celebrities. I mean, it's just completely out of control of what's going on over there.
Oh, it's terrible. I'm just going to quickly put up the comments. Noreen says costs can add up with staff and insurance, etc. Hi, Stell. And Noreen says depends on location, I suppose. But no, the wildfires are terrible. I mean, I like to go on YouTube and I like to YouTube different stuff, guys. And one of the things that I like to see is like kind of like footage that people have filmed. And there is a video, but you don't see the faces, but you can hear the voices. And it's like two people driving through the wildfires. Can't remember where it was in America. And you can only hear the voices and you can hear how scared they sound. Because it's like, oh my God, you're driving through fire. Like you're driving, you've got fire at the other side of you, like both sides of you.
I've seen videos like that. Yep.
And it's horrifying. It's definitely horrifying. And as we were saying last,
it's horrifying. It's horrifying to see it on YouTube. But if you're actually there, it's even worse.
Yeah.
Because two years ago they had the wildfires in Corfu, and my oldest son and daughter were visiting my mum in Corfu, and they were in the north of the island in Sadari. And the wildfires were in between the airport and Sadari.
Oh my God!
And we had to I had to go right through it to get to my children. And all the way over there, from the moment I booked the flight, I was worried about what was going on, where the fire was going, how bad the fire was. Was it spreading really quickly? And from the plane, you could see the area that was affected. You could see the line of the fire going around the mountainsides, and you could even see the road that I had to go on, and the fire wasn't that far from it. When we got onto, when my shuttle minibus came to pick me up, I asked the guy, do we have to go through where the wildfires are? And he said, luckily, you're the only person I've got to pick up. If there were other people that were going to the eastern side of the island, we would have had to have gone right through the middle of that. So we will be going on the main road over the mountain and down to Sadari. So I'm like, okay, no problem. We've got on this road, and as we're going through, the fire is getting closer and closer, and you could see the flames.
Yeah.
And it was literally, there'd be the flames there, and all of a sudden an olive tree would just burst into flames at random. It wouldn't slowly catch fire. It would just burst into flames from the heat transference.
Jeez.
And it would just boom, straight away, because obviously olive oil, combustible at a certain rate, but the temperature was that hot, the tree just went straight away. And the guy turned around and he said, I will not be able to come back down this road. I am going to have to go down the western road, down the western side of the island, and back to the airport that way. But I don't think I'll be coming back up again.
Here's my sweet
pickle talk. Oh my God!
Hey, look at me. He's turned into a pickle.
No, he's turned to Rick.
I gotta say that only people from Illinois pronounce Illinois. It's just like those people from Arkansas. You know what I mean?
Oh, jeez, Rick, did you have to start saying it that way?
Well, I mean, I just call them as I see them. You know.
So, I mean, it is a scary experience to know that that's coming. And for the days afterwards, we were watching the flames coming over the mountain. And luckily for us, when it got to the top of the mountain, and started to come down the other side, the wind changed and was pushing the fire back over the areas that had already hit. So the fire services were able to put the fires out. They even had the Canadian fire planes there.
Ah.
And they have been gold dust because they're now in California as well. I've seen some videos today of the Canadian fire planes picking up the water and taking them over the affected areas.
Noddy says, I've seen some awful pictures of the poor pets. It'll break my heart. I'll start crying. Joe says, Mark really pisses me off today. I'm back for a bit. All right, welcome back, Joe. Noreen says, I was in Corfu 1 year up in the... Oh my God, Tom, why do you do this to me every time I'm reading the comment? My eyeline just dropped, and I won't tell you what I saw. I was in Corfu 1 year up in the mountains. It was scary. Oh my God, laughing my ass off. Laura says, hey, what about us people from Illinois? Hello, Tom.
Illinois, yeah, that's right.
Oh, sorry, Illinois. Sorry. I've still got Nori says, I've still got a split with handprint of one of the firefighters. Wasn't anything dodgy before you say anything. I'm saying nothing, my sweet. Hey, Holly, how you doing, honey? Right, I'm going to ask you guys a question, right? I would be curious, right? And I'm always curious. Isn't it, Tom?
Maybe.
I would be curious to see if I know I've lost my train of thought because of Tom. I blame him. What EVPs you would get from a sort of that situation when things died down and everything years to come? What sort of EVPs you would get from being in that area? I really, really feel for the people though, because you have to rebuild after that, and that's what I was saying last night, Nick, was about natural disasters. That's why I always say that us guys in the UK are lucky. We will never experience what you guys suffer in America, Indonesian places like that, is that you get the wild weathers to the point that you have to constantly rebuild. It's one of those ones.
We kind of consider like where we live almost kind of probably one of the most safest areas here in the country, because it's like if you live out in California or any part of the West Coast, you're going to experience those fires. Of course, you're going to experience the earthquakes. You live further south.
We get them here once in a while. We get a little thing and everybody flips out about it. When just you feel a little boom. Like, whoa.
You live further down south, like Southwest, you get the tornadoes then. More south, more southeast, then you got the hurricanes.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the only biggest threats we have here in this case in the Midwest would also be tornadoes also, though they don't occur as frequently as like you'd see in Tornado Alley. And, of course, still, we do actually have a fault line that could trigger a major earthquake in our area also, but it's that doesn't mean it's ever not going to happen. It's just that we have the least amount of, and like what Joe just said too, every now and then sometimes we get blizzards also. So
blizzards, and Laura knows Tornado Alley, I know too well. Someday
I gotta say Laura
didn't even feel it.
Since Laura just mentioned this, I better let her know about this then, because this is something that she. Oh my God, Tom! This might be something she may be interested in wanting to check out. Laura, I'm actually going to be doing a special presentation in March for the which you guys are welcome to join too. I'm doing another one of those natural disaster presentations. This year will mark the 100th anniversary of the deadliest tornado in U.S. history, the Great Tri-State Tornado of 1925.
And I remember that.
You know what? I'll be on that one because I want to be your showgirl again. I want to be the showgirl for the boxing ring where I show up the tournament. But I would.
I'm going to need someone to show the comments. Yeah.
But, Nick, I'll not be wearing a bikini if it's still the winter.
Can't have the job then, Lois. You've got to have the skimpy bikini.
I'll be walking about like this.
Got to wear that Borat swimsuit.
The mankini.
See if I get a mankini, I'll send it to you.
Huh. I would be really pushing the limits of that. Let me tell you. Oh, I don't mean because of my belly. Well, hey, you know.
And Lauren just brought up exactly what I was even just talking about. She said one did happen. It's the New Madrid fault line. That's the one that's closest to us.
Yeah.
That one. That is the one that I'm really concerned about. That is actually the one I'm very concerned about because, believe it or not, everybody always thinks the worst earthquake that ever happened here in the U.S. was the San Francisco earthquake of 1906, and in fact, in a way, it was. But there was one that this one that she brought up was even worse. It was the New Madrid earthquakes that occurred back in 1811 and 1812, over 200 years ago, and that one I think is more concerning than any of California's fault lines because this triggered a series of 3 earthquakes that were even stronger than the 1906 earthquake, and we're really overdue for a major 1811, 1812 earthquake to strike our area. It wouldn't just be in Missouri.
What?
Jeez, Tom.
I remember that earthquake. I was playing hopscotch.
Oh, see that man? Every time he comes on this show, he kills me. He kills me. I do apologise, Nick. I wasn't laughing at your natural disaster.
You're right, Laura.
Is that
we're always what Laura just said now next. Yeah, say it's gonna split the states in half one day, that fault line. She's absolutely right. That's how it's gonna look, when it does happen. Because it's gonna affect it may have occurred in Missouri, but it affected kind of near the border area, like where Missouri, Tennessee, Kentucky, partially Indiana, and Illinois all meets, and Arkansas.
Thing is, it won't split your state in half. It'll increase the size of the state.
Well, yeah. Well, when it happened over 200 years ago, the one thing that it did do, however, which I would not be surprised if it happened again, these series of earthquakes that happened over, in 1811, 1812, they said this was one of the earthquakes that struck. It was the one earthquake that actually made the Mississippi River run backwards.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then everybody had to spell it backwards, and everybody was confused. It was
it was because it was due to a huge thrust of land. It was just forced up, like near the river area, and that caused part of the river basically to slosh down, and practically that's what caused the Mississippi River to go backwards because of this big thrust of land that was forced up.
Like the videos of Mount St. Helena's when that erupted.
Yep, back in 1980.
Where they show you the bulge in the mountain, and then all of a sudden the whole lot just went.
Yeah, the entire north face of the mountain just fell completely. They say that's considered the largest avalanche in history.
Yeah.
But
you wouldn't survive that, would you? You would not survive that.
No, you would
what
not.
I said is going to split the states in half one day, that fault line. Where I'm currently living, a farmer says where I'm currently living has a fault line in Kentucky under the Kentucky River.
Didn't know about that one. And the other difference too, another big difference too with the New Madrid fault line compared to, like, let's say the San Andreas fault line, like I'm sure we've all seen pictures of that, is the New Madrid fault line is completely underground. So you're not going to see any evidence of it unless basically you're digging underground. And part of New Madrid is on top of that fault line.
Now, with the San Andreas, if that ever breaks off and California goes away, nobody's going to care. Nobody's going to miss California. Let me tell you.
Oh,
you know, they can just be their own country floating out there in the ocean. That's fine.
Well, after the fire, there ain't going to be anybody there.
yeah.
No.
Well, that's just Los Angeles. You know, you still got the rest of the state.
Which is going to burn at the rate it's going.
I just want to see the Hoover Dam burst so that I'm ready with the surfboard. Like,
and you get your damn tour guide who takes you on the damn tour and save all your damn questions for the end of the damn tour.
That's all right.
Yeah, to the point where he just doesn't give a damn.
That's right.
Superman loves the Hoover Dam. He'll fix it.
Exactly. So, what's on everybody's bucket list this year to visit?
There is a location that we're actually trying to get into to try to investigate. I cannot say exactly what it is at this time, but it's
boo! You're worse than Wayne. You start Wayne starts a story.
It's a new location. It's a new location that just opened up. I can tell you that at least.
Wait, do you know something? You and Wayne have got something in common. You love winding me up because you start a story. I'm like, I really want to know, and then you just pull it away from me. Like you pull the rug away from me, and you just say, "Well, you just have to find it." And I was like,
"If I tell you anymore, I'll have to kill you." You know, I'm sorry.
What Laura said, Florida is sinking due to all the hurricanes passing through. I'm not surprised.
No, Florida is sinking because of Dom's big head.
Florida's also sinking too because not just of the hurricanes. I mean, it's not surprising, but Florida's also considered the sinkhole capital. So that they also have been getting a lot of sinkholes too.
It's also the capital of the most weirdest, bizarre news you will ever hear in your life.
Is that true?
Not to mention it's the penis of America.
Excuse me.
When you look at it.
One's a wife, two's a kiss.
I'm sorry, I have a strange sneeze. I don't mean to do it. It just comes out like that.
That's what she said.
That's what she said.
I just said that.
I was trying to beat you. I was trying to overrun you.
It didn't work.
You suck.
Sometimes. If the money's right. I mean, hell, $20 is $20, you know? I mean, I was just saying that to the guy the other day, you know?
I'll tell you what, I'll pay you 40.
What?
I'll see.
You know, I don't even know. That was just went, oh, right. Oh, fuck. Oh, Tom, you kill me every time.
We're off topic, and I just happened to remember this. I was scrolling through TikTok today, and I saw these two guys, a bunch of TikToks from these two guys that are just trying to make each other laugh with jokes. And there was one that actually did have me laughing literally out loud in the garden while I was
wait. I got it. Before you say what it is, I got to ask. Were you,
no pickles.
Were you laughing so hard to the point you were wheezing again like you usually would?
No, not that bad. You know, it wasn't no, it wasn't all that. But it was a pretty hearty laugh. The guy says, "What's the difference between a pickpocket and a peeping Tom?" Which of course got my attention.
Well, of course, because your name is Tom.
He said, well, a pickpocket will snatch watches.
I'll tell you what I sent to my pal yesterday, right? I sent, why does a robot do it after? What does a robot do after a one night stand? He nuts and bolts. And then I sent the one of, what did Cinderella do when she got to the ball? She gagged.
You're supposed to literally do it. You're supposed to.
Oh my days!
Strong viewers discretion advised, by the way. That was 2 dad jokes. Laura says, you're so bad, love. Farmer says, my 3 cousins and my... I know. Do you see the horns coming out? My 3 cousins and my aunt watched Mount St. Helens blow up from Oregon. I don't think you could see that far, like, to see Mount Helens.
When you have a major volcanic eruption like that, it could be seen definitely for miles. Even over 100, 200 miles away, you could see evidence of the ash blowing up.
You're talking shit to my love, Tom.
What?
Your halo, you're talking shit to my loves.
No. Should be round your throat, that round your neck.
It needs Pinocchio's nose on there as well.
It's like,
I can do
that. Nori says, here goes a tone. You know when it's like on a Friday night, it's rowdy in here. I swear to God, I run a pub. Tim, my love, you've been awful quiet. What about you? What's on your wish list? Your bucket list for this year?
Well, I was meant to be going to Dublin to see Jen. Yeah. See Jen to go to that castle, and I'm gutted I can't go now.
Awesome. Oh. I envy you for that. I've always wanted to go to Lep Castle.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gutted about that because I, as you know, I like Jen, I do, and so I'm gutted about that. But I'm just going to mooch around the UK, and that's it. You know, have a look about. I like looking about. I'll just go to look about.
Aye. So. But oh, my love, never say never, Tim. No. Never say never.
No.
Definitely no. Poor Tim can't get a word done. That's why I see with
you lot, isn't it?
See, that's why Noreen said, Tim, you're off a quiet, because I want him to say
I am quiet at the moment. I'm just contemplating stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Oh.
Are you normally a quiet person, Tim? Or are you a bit of a gobshite?
Yeah, quiet and deadly.
Silent but violent.
Yeah.
Do you know, I loved Lynn there. She's straight to the point. Aye.
Oh, I don't.
Yeah, pretty quiet. He's too laid back. You've got to be more forceful. Do you know what, guys? I have got a New Year. I've got a New Year's plan, right? I've got a huge New Year's plan, right? And it involves 2 of my co-hosts, right? I am going to press their buttons. I am going to jump up and down, right? I am going to be very, I will go the extra mile, but I'm determined by the end of the year, Noreen, that I'm either going to get Tim or Nick to shout, oh, fuck, or say fucking hell or something. I will get them to say it because I'll press their buttons. I'm going to push the red button on these 2.
It ain't happening.
I was actually amazed to see Nick taking shots on a video just recently.
No.
You guys saw that, right?
We need to get you drinking more.
I don't swear. I just don't cuss.
I don't fucking swear either. It's bullshit.
Well, I know you do. But no, I don't know why. I just don't swear much, to be honest with you. I swear. The most I swear is when I'm driving.
I do.
I suggest that you do. I suggest that I sit in the car with you and I'll just quietly talk to you while recording, going, aye.
Come on down, have a tattoo. We'll go and get drunk and then we'll drive the car after. And then,
that would be amazing.
And then we
silent but deadly.
Swear at everybody on the way back.
That would Laura says, of course, like a sailor, it's like Nora. Can you, so to Laura, I'm terrible for that.
There was one other comment that Laura had said. Seems like she really knows her stuff about these disasters. She said, speaking of volcanoes, one in Yellowstone that's going to erupt. Probably not now, but yeah, that's always something that we're keeping on.
It's always there, isn't it, in the back?
Yeah, that's categorized as a super volcano. That one.
If that blows up, it's over.
That'll be nasty.
Yeah, like a volcano with a cape on. It would not just
be for the United States. It would be for all of North America.
Yeah.
Dun, da, da.
The thing is, a volcano.
They even said if it blows up, literally 6 states will literally no longer exist at that point.
No. It makes me laugh in a way because a volcano only erupts because of the amount of pressure built up underneath it.
Yep.
So if you release that pressure, you'll stop the volcano from exploding.
That's what she's.
I'll tell you what.
Like a menopausal woman.
Wait, what?
Wow.
There was Tim. That was Tim letting out his roar. He's like, rah. Sing it, baby, sing it.
That's about as insulting as Tim's gonna get.
Mine finished years ago. I'm dead happy.
Do you know the thing is, right? I've seen something recently that quite annoyed me, and I know people like to go and view volcanoes. They like to go up and they like to view them. What annoyed me recently was, and it was in America, was that someone took their toddler up to see the volcano, and the toddler nearly fell in. If it hadn't been for reflexes, grabbing the toddler, and I think that's shocking. As a parent myself, I wouldn't even take my boy up to see it. So I don't know what the mind thinking is of taking your toddler up to see a volcano.
I wouldn't have even gone up myself.
Well, do you know what?
Shit.
I've been to the one in St. Lucia. I've been in that volcano. You're allowed to walk right up to it. And I
can see that one with the hair.
Sick to death. Stunk of bad eggs. It was minging.
Yep.
Do you know what?
The thing is, the science behind volcanic eruptions is the same as the science behind earthquakes. You don't know when they're going to happen.
Right.
So you can't put a timestamp on when a volcano or an earthquake is going to happen. You can get precursors that lead to it, and so you can have a rough estimate. But you could stand there and say, right, I'm going to take a tour of 30 people up to that volcano, and the second their foot touches the top of that crater edge, the whole volcano blows up. You've got 30 dead people.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I personally wouldn't go anywhere near a volcano. I might go to somewhere like Iceland where the lava lakes have formed and, the volcano's already erupted and it's released its pressure. And there's like the lava lakes and the lava channels that have been made. I would go and see them because I know I'm not in any immediate danger.
Yeah.
But to go up a mountainside knowing that it could blow up at any minute would scare the living daylights out of me, and I'd be like, nah, you're all right. I think I'll stay where I am.
Yeah.
See, I'm a bit of a thrill seeker. I am the type of person that would chase a tornado down the road. I'm the type of lassie that would watch a tsunami coming in. I'm the type of lassie that would go up and see the volcano because I'm fascinated. On top of obviously like the stuff that I do, I'm very fascinated with natural disasters.
Send a drone.
No, send myself. I'll send myself.
There's being fascinated by natural disasters, and then there's dying from being in one.
Yep.
And if you can avoid putting yourself in that situation where that natural disaster could take your life, would you do it, knowing what you'd leave behind?
No.
Because I couldn't
want to
do
be
it.
in the middle of a tornado, seeing cows fly by and stuff.
I wouldn't want to put myself at risk for the sake of my children.
No.
Well, I'll answer this with two perspectives: a serious perspective and a funny perspective. I'll start with the serious one. No, because of my boy, because I would love to see my boy to the very end. Funny perspective, yes, because I would love to become a spirit and haunt all yous and see what yous are all up to, start moving your shit round. I might even scare Tom a few times. But I would love it for that perspective.
Yeah, I would say if it wasn't for the fact of my family, then I would be there.
Yeah.
I'd do it. If I didn't have dependents, then I would be there. I'd do it. Because I too am a bit of a thrill seeker, and I do like to do things like that. I mean, I've done bungee jumping, I've done parachuting, and I've done all these other weird and wacky stuff. But I would not do the same thing because of my children. And I wouldn't want to put myself at risk and have them suffer because of my thrill seeking.
Yeah.
So I've had to sort of take it back a bit.
Laura says, I love earth science. It's my gig in school. Hiya, Carol. How you doing, love? I mean, we're all thrill seekers in some sort of way. Like paranormal, people could say we're thrill seeking. And being out in the middle in the woods and going to abandoned buildings. And Lynn.
Oh.
Lenny, baby. Lenny, baby's left me with you guys. Oh, shit.
Lynn, put another 50p in the meter.
Lynn, come back to us.
Tom's turned into an egg.
He is. But do you know what? I love it. I wouldn't change. I wouldn't definitely not change. It's great being out in the dark.
Yeah, I mean, we've had a lot of, we call them paranormal virgins, people that haven't been on paranormal events before, and they've come away on our events. They've spent the night with us. They've seen what we do, and at the end of the night, they've gone, "When's the next event?" Because that was brilliant.
Yeah.
You know, and they like it that much. They're interested in finding out when the next one is, and we've got regulars that come with us every time we go out as a result of the fact that they enjoy the night that much and the thrill of going out there into a location and seeing what they could be. They take hold of the investigation, and because obviously we turn around to the groups and we say, "Look, this is your night. We're only here to guide you when you get stuck, or you know, at the beginning when people are all sort of a bit shy and don't want to communicate or say anything, we'll kickstart it. And then once they've got used to the idea and they start taking over, we take a back step and we just sit there and watch. And we're there to help them if needed. But 9 times out of 10, they all turn around and go, "That was a brilliant night. When's your next one?"
Yeah, that's the best way to do it. I do it.
Dominic,
hey, Dom. Hey,
isn't
Dom.
this weird?
How
It's
you
like
doing?
he heard me say his name, and there he is. This is how it always works. Whenever I say his name, poof, there he is.
Hey, Dom. Laura says, I've never been on an investigation. I do my own here in my own home. The spirits here listen to me when I ask them to show themselves. They do. I showed Nick some images. There's that talk again.
Well, no, I was going to say she showed me the images, and they're really incredible. I've never seen anything like it. But again, the fact that she also lives in Alton, Illinois, again, is not surprising to me because, again, being one of the most haunted small towns in America with a lot of spiritual activity in that area,
you
definitely could see such evidence of such images like that. It's just the best way I could also describe Alton, now being there myself a few times, and when we had the Paracons, is that Alton is almost a mystical place. It draws a lot of people with both history and paranormal interest in.
Do you know what I would really love to do? And this is going to be a bit off topic. I know that we've got a topic tonight, but I really, really would love to go to Rendlesham Forest. I would love to go there. I would love to go there to see.
Been there many times. Yep.
We'll have to arrange it and we'll all come and stay down somewhere.
Well, keep your eyes and ears open because myself and Mark from the Dark Mirror Radio Show are trying to plan something in August.
Oh, right. We're going in August. Yeah.
We've just got to sort of make a few questions and get a few permissions and whatnot, and so yeah.
That would be amazing because
we'll do that.
I want to be souped up so that I could get a shot in this spaceship. I'm fascinated. I want a shot. Tom's like that. Amazing. Thank you for having a show and much love for this craft. You're very welcome, my lovely. Thank you very much for popping along.
Let's put it this way, Lois. If you experienced what me and Mark did when we were there the last time we were both there, you will come away with your jaw by your feet.
Yeah. Oh, gotta go. Gotta go.
This is the thing, right? I'm getting into the ufology in a big way, right? And I really, really would love, and I would love to go to Henderson just to see what I feel spiritually and see what happens. I'm just trying to go to a UFO spot. And Tom, you're looking younger. Is that good water?
Boy, you look 10 years younger.
He almost looks like Parker Schnabel.
Yeah.
Well, can I honestly say, Tom, if I was 10 years younger, I would date you myself.
You ought to do, if only he made that face a little bit longer, I probably would have taken a snapshot and that would have become a meme immediately.
It's one of those ones, but no, I definitely would love to check out the forest because I have become fascinated with UFO spots. The biggest dream for me though would be going to the Nevada desert. I would love to go to the Nevada desert, but honestly, it would be amazing. It really, really would. But guys, we've had a good show. The first two shows backs have been amazing. Absolutely amazing. First two shows of 2025 and long may it continue. Because guys, I'm feeling positive and we're going places.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to what
Excitement's thrilling on here tonight.
I'm looking forward to what 2025 is going to bring because I'm not sure if I think I already said this yesterday on the show, but I'll say it again for those that weren't watching yesterday is that I'm looking forward to how 2025 is going to be because this year is a special year for me. This marks my 20th year being in the paranormal field. I made it.
Yay!
Yeah,
and he's only 15, so it's weird. Yeah,
2005 to 2025, I made it. Been doing it since I was 12, and I'm really excited what this year's going to bring. So here is for the next 20 years.
Yeah.
So
Yay! Oh, Chantel, why do you always come in at the last minute?
Wait until you get to your 45th year, Nick.
So what number you froze there from my side for a second?
Your 45th year. Wait until you get to that year.
Yeah.
Why 45th?
Because that's how many years I've been interested in the paranormal.
Okay. You got me.
Wayne, Noreen's asking, is the Dark Mirror back on Monday?
Yes.
Yes. We're talking about aliens some days and the
aliens.
Right, sorry guys. I've had my orders. Right, Nick, you want to take over because you're good at the whole trailer thing?
Yeah, give me 1 second here. I just got to send this out. So, first of all, I got to say, I'm not sure if Tanje is watching right now, but I know I sent her the link so she could check it out. Tanje from Norway, which just watched. I finally had the opportunity to watch that series that I was telling you guys about the other day when she was watching her show, the show Norwegian Ghost Hunters. I watched the first 2 episodes of it. It was actually really well done. I was really impressed with how they did their investigations how they the locations they went to. Even though the show was all in Norwegian, it was still really cool to watch, in this case, from another country. And it's interesting too. They also used a lot of the same type of tools like a lot of us are familiar with. You know, the REM pod, K2 meter, that kind of stuff. But they also used a few other things, and cat balls, of course. But they also used a couple other things that I've never seen before. And I just got to message them real quick because turns out she and some of the other her team members are actually watching our show right now as we speak. I just want to let them know that we're about to show the trailer.
Okay.
And then after that, I remembered another joke.
So if you could hold down for me once again, Lois, while I'm sending this out.
That's fine, sweetheart.
I can tell the joke while he's sending it out.
I'll be 60 next year. Chantel says Friday's the other show I've watched since Nick introduced me to them like 3 years ago. I don't think I've missed more than one except when I was in hospital.
Oh my God! There's some of the other team members.
Yay!
Yay! Welcome to the show. I am so happy that you are here, guys. Right, so Nick, when you're ready.
Yeah. Okay.
In fact, Tom, sweetheart, you serenade me.
Oh, they're here. Yes, and everybody's here. Everything is translated to English. They do have English subtitles to it. But if you guys are ready, here it is.
Yep.
All right. Since we got a couple viewers from the team of Norway, give me 1 second here. Okay, here we go. Get this out of the way. Okay.
Right. Don't start it yet. Right.
Wait. What's going on? Oh wait.
Right. That's it.
Oh, you forgot you had to share it?
Yeah, that's it.
All right, are we ready?
Yep, go.
Okay, here we go.
The itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout.
Historien. Skal jeg få lov til å banne på kamera, men det var jævlig.
Down came the rain and washed the spider out.
Jeg har forventninger om at det kommer til å skje noe som ikke er for.
And dried up all the rain. The itsy bitsy spider went up the spout.
En mann som ikke er det. Fy faen. Det her er intenst, altså. Fy faen, det er sånn ut. Fy faen. Jeg klarer ikke mer. Det her er bare for jævlig. Kaldt, det er mørkt. Det er... Ja, du får stoppet. Vi er i en setting hvor ikke vi vet noen ting. Vi skal kjøre til ukjente plasser. Vi får ikke vite hvor vi skal før vi egentlig drar. Du vet ikke når du får spise, når du får drikke, du vet ikke når du får stoppe. Du vet ikke hvor langt du skal, du vet ikke hvor du skal. Hvis jeg hadde blitt trukket til solo på det siste stedet her. Jeg hadde pisset nå. Det her kan mulig være tilfelle. Pilsen står på kroppen nå. Altså, hva skjer her nå? Det var jo høy. Kan vi få på lys? Hvis det nå er det sola er, så kommer jeg til å mest sannsynlig trenge bleier.
Nick.
That's incredible, right?
Yeah. Nick, is there a better copy? Because that copy sounded awful wonky and I thought it was just me.
Like,
yeah, I like just the audio. I mean, not that it mattered because we couldn't understand anything they were saying. We had to read it anyway.
They had subtitles.
Right. But the audio itself was like in and out. And I don't know if that was just StreamYard messing with it or not.
It must
probably.
It might have been StreamYard because it was sounding fine on my end.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait,
I'm just going to quickly.
You got everybody from Norway watching.
Yeah, that's what. Can I just say a big shout out to Norwegian Ghost Hunters, guys? Please go and give them a Go and give them a follow on YouTube. Please check these guys out. We will support international. We will support local. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. But please, guys, go and check them out. And I'm honoured that you guys are all coming in. So welcome to the show, guys. And I hope you understand Scottish because
I'll have to go and look them up when I go to Norway.
Yep.
Are you going to be going to Norway soon, Wayne?
I've been asked to go over quite a few times over the last 3 years. I've got a friend that lives in Tonsberg. He lives in Tonsberg, and I've been asked to pop over and see him.
Tomsburg? Is that like Tom's World?
Tonsberg.
Oh, Tonsberg. I thought you said Tomsburg. I'm like, man, I got to go visit that place. I'd be the king.
It's a musician friend of mine, and he's quite well known in Norway. So,
cool.
He's invited me over, but it's obviously it's the time and the kids and that, so it's very difficult.
I like how one of them said, "Can you please start talking Norwegian?" See, if I knew how to speak Norwegian, I definitely would.
That's why we have Google Translate.
See, the thing is, I can't even speak Scottish. Never mind speak Norwegian.
I don't speak English either. I speak Philadelphian.
We actually was supposed to be on a casing location tomorrow. Wow.
What?
Yeah.
So good.
This is awesome. I just want to say for all the Norwegian ghost hunters here, thank you guys so much for taking the time of coming on for this. This really means a lot.
Yeah, it does, guys. Please, in fact, guys. No, in fact, I'll come back with the idea. Laura says, Nick, I sent you a video of me astral projection while I was sleeping.
That'd be
I'll put it out as soon as we get off the show here. But no, this is what were you going to say though, Lois? You were going to, because you said you were going to hold off.
I was actually thinking of an idea, but I would want to know if they would feel comfortable. What I would propose is that we invite Norwegian ghost hunters onto the show this year at some point. If one of the guys could get in touch with myself, my name is Willow Morgan. I'm on Facebook. If one of you guys would like to reach out and we could talk about potentially having you on the show this year. Because there is plenty of open spaces, and it would be nice to have a team from a different country come on to the podcast. I would speak very slowly because I go 100 miles per hour. Sometimes I forget. You keep it quiet, Mr. Nally. But you guys, definitely, if you would like to come on, you are more than welcome.
Come on, Eileen.
Don't even start. One of them just said, "All good. I understand."
Good. That's awesome. That would be good. That would definitely be good. But it's been a good night, guys. It's been a good night. I go faster, no problem.
Wait, you can't end until I say the other joke that I remember.
Kate's in the house.
Yay! Right. Tom, go for it.
Now this one is a little more racy, I guess you could say.
Whoa!
All right. So there's 2 eggs boiling in the water, right? The one egg says, "Man, I have a huge crack." And the other one says, "Don't tease me. I'm not even hard yet."
Oh my God.
You're a professional.
Kate.
Well,
yeah.
Yours.
Well, yeah.
Speaking Scottish. Wow.
That's brilliant because at least someone will understand me. Scottish. I've always wanted to investigate the UK, so might swing by sometime. Oh, that would be good.
No. Yeah, Lois can show you all her crypt hits.
See what? Oh, I forgot. Noreen, cryptids.
Yeah, you never said it once yesterday.
Did I not? Oh, Noreen, cryptids, and more cryptids. Taunch gives the man to have on the show laughing. We've got laughing faces. Taunch is ready. And Kate said the unelected Yelp.
Well,
I'm right.
Just don't ask her to say purple burglar alarm.
Oh my God. That's what I think. Do you know, funny enough, TikTok came up and that came up. And I said to obviously the better half, I said to, oh look, this is the one that they try and get me to say. And he went, what is it? And I went, purple burglar alarm. I can't finish my arse. He's standing here. He's just entered the room because he's heard me say it and he's laughing at me.
It's like, can you say ibuprofen, Lois?
Oh my God! Here's everybody going to say, right?
Ibuprofen.
Ibuprofen.
You have a what?
I can't say ibuprofen either. Leave me alone.
Well, I should also say this too, because I could see obviously the other Norwegian ghost hunters are watching. For those of you guys who are new to this, we also do have a tendency to joke around and make the show humorous at times. So we just have
No, we never do that. What are you talking about?
I take it back. That's Tom's job.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a lot of jobs.
Nobody says we're going to give you a good talk.
I wear a lot of hats, you know.
Yes, he does.
It's okay, Nori. I'm in the naughty corner.
Look,
Kelly. Happy Year. Gia is always serious. He never jokes. I don't believe that. But no, guys, it's been great.
Yeah, I said it's opposite.
It has been a great show, guys. It definitely has, without a shadow of a doubt. Gia says, "Great, that's why it's best to put."
That's why it's best to put Eric on. So, and I just want to give this shout out one more time. Definitely, guys, check out Norwegian Ghost Hunters. I'm definitely going to be watching more episodes tonight. Like I said, I watched the first 2 last night. Really enjoyed it. You guys got to check it out. It's really fun.
Yeah.
And I definitely want to give out my own shout out personally to Cryptids for our Noreen, because she missed her Cryptids yesterday. She's had her Cryptids now. But I want to say, guys, you know something? Noreen, you're just a wonderful lady. So yeah. Kate goes, bless you.
Oh, episode 5 is just around the corner too. Awesome. We're definitely they're still making new episodes. So that's as far as, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't know if there's ever been any other paranormal shows that have been released, like, you know, that have been made from Norway. But if I'm thinking correctly, it's probably the first. I think it's probably one of the first real paranormal series from that country. So it's really nice to start seeing more of this. So, Norwegian Ghost Hunters, definitely continue on with keep up with the great work.
Definitely love you, sweetheart.
If you guys enjoy the show, we of course always appreciate you guys. What's that?
Yes.
Sorry for the noises.
No, I was just going to say, if you guys also, enjoy the show, hopefully we'll see you guys again soon, to tune in. There have been made some paranormal series, but they are not us. Yeah.
Kate says Tom's obsessed with eggs at the moment. Yesterday was, I don't even want to know. Noreen loves us all. Love you, Noreen, definitely.
That was egg orbs. What the hell did I say about that?
Love you, Laura. Remember, we were going jing jing.
But there was something where I said maybe that's what orbs are. They're the
You'll have
eggs
to
and
go
something,
back to
but I
that
don't-
live and rewatch it then.
Oh my god, I was on it. I don't want to rewatch.
It was because
ecstatic. That's right, Elric. I'm loving these guys already.
That's right.
Spirits to come back next. I'll tell you what. I'll do another 20 minutes for you, Kelly. Right? We'll stay on for another 20 minutes.
I could be ecstatic. I'm gonna let you do that. I'm gonna let. I gotta see what I did there. I'm gonna let.
What?
There's no laughter for that one. No, somebody's like Eric said. Maybe Tom's ecstatic. I said, I'm gonna let you say that.
Eric. I mean,
omelet, eggs, omelets. Like, you know what omelets are? Like eggs. Oh my god! I can't believe I got to explain these things.
Babe, I love when you explain things to me.
That's why eventually, Tom, at some point, you just got it. You're just going to have to escape.
I could.
You could escape. Kelly, how was your Christmas and New Year, love? Because we haven't seen you for quite a while. Yes. Kate says you don't remember saying that maybe spirits were the happiest when they were not born yet, so they come back as orbs. Eric says, the explanation was funnier. It was. It definitely was.
He said the explanation.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Woo!
That one I get laughs on.
Yeah. Oh, tell you what, Tom, I'll come and give you your chug hug. So next week, guys, on Thursday, we will be talking about different cultures' beliefs in the paranormal. I will say to you guys, we will treat it with the greatest of respect. Our opinions are our own. Next Friday night, we are talking about haunted theatres.
Oh, wow.
Haunted what?
So,
theatres.
Oh. I kind of had like an audio thing, and it sounded like you said haunted ears. I went, what the hell is that? It's like only one person hears, because their ear is haunted. And
just say as was different. Thanks for asking. You're very welcome, love. But definitely no. I've got definitely good subjects coming. Definitely subjects coming up. Eric says now Tom has X in his ear.
Oh my God, Ajay said the same thing.
That's funny. Kate says haunted gators. I'll make sure I do haunted gators for you when you come on the show. And Gearhead beer.
Has Kate ever been on your show?
Oh,
well, I did have Kate last year, but I've got Kate coming on at some point this year. Now, so I'll be really good.
Beer, haunted beer. That it wouldn't last long around me. I'll tell you that.
Tom, what was the explanation that you? What was the explanation you gave me last night when I said about you being an apparition, and you says about your beer? You said, you turned around and said, yeah, somebody's drunk it, but it wasn't me.
Oh yeah, somebody always drinks my beer. Look, I'm not kidding. Look, I have empty beers all over the place. I don't know who it is. Somebody comes in here and they drink my beers. Look, here's two more. They're not all from today. A couple of them are from last night, but that's okay.
Gear says haunted Scottish beer, probably good. No. Eric says it's kind of funny. Willow is on the pillow.
Talk with Willow.
Yeah, have a talk with Willow. Come.
Wow, you're pretty demanding. Sorry.
That's what you said.
We've only just started as well.
Somebody keeps drinking your beer. You need an exorcism.
Or to exercise
I think
more,
we would.
one or the other.
Tom, let's talk about that after the show because I am a little bit concerned about your drinking beer, like what Kate said.
It's not me. I bring them up here, but somebody else drinks them, and then they're just gone.
I'm not so sure about that.
Oh my
I'm
God,
not so sure about that.
Sorry, there's a family thing going on, so that's why you guys keep hearing the text.
That's all right. I love the ding ding in the background.
Huh?
As long as it doesn't vibrate.
Gear said, I don't remove ghosts, but if your beer is haunted, I could probably help.
Kelly says see two of everything. Tom always sees two of everything.
Oh, you guys didn't see the after show last night where I was playing drunk and stuff.
Well, you know what I could.
That was funny.
This is a perfect time for me to say, I don't always drink beer, but when I do, I prefer having ghosts in them.
That's right. Dos pickles.
Those pickles. Stay haunted. Stay haunted.
I am the most pickle man in the world.
Tom, you've actually just won my heart. Keeps talking like that. So what were you saying about your beer?
Poltergeist.
My beer is called Dos Pickles. I feel like Ricardo Montalban when I talk like that.
Mamacita,
like
good people
Mr. Rourke from Fantasy Island. Welcome to Fantasy Island. we have Dos Pickles beer here.
You should start investigating the mystery of the beer bottles. New #1 documentary on Netflix.
It'll beat out the Philly Captains documentary. That'll be great.
Tim, what about you? Have you ever experienced your wine soaking away and you can't explain it?
Wait, what?
It's actually disappeared through the night tonight. I don't know how.
See, I'm not the only one. Wait a minute. Maybe there's a reason why they call them spirits.
Yeah. You've not seen me drink a drop of this for hours, have you?
Tom, you actually made a good point because I don't think I ever told you guys this. I'm still waiting for this to be released. But Tom McNicholas and I, we actually were featured on an episode of a show called Bourbon Spirits.
Bourbon Spirits.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what, guys. Right. Sometimes I love to do a funny show, like a proper piss take show. Right. What I'm going to actually do is a piss take of the disappearance of the alcohol.
Yeah.
And I'm going to make it a subject where we just sit and we have a laugh about alcohol disappearing. Eric says that's a very large eclat. Doreen says Tom should do voiceovers.
He
already has. He's done audiobooks.
I've been told in the past that I should do that. Like way back when I was in computer school, which is just like a regular technical school. What?
You were in computer school?
Yeah, it was called Computer Learning Center. It's just like
it would have been. School. See, we had something like that back in my high school, except it was called computer graphics.
Well, no, this was after high school. This was like okay. I went there to learn how to do information technology support, basically. And they were talking about how like you would call an information technology support line, and you would get the recorded message.
Kate's asking, was that in 1910? No, it was 1912. Picture it.
Listen, I'm not that old. It was 1925. All right, because I remember when that earthquake happened that Nick was talking about in 1925.
No, that was the tri-state tornado.
Yeah, see, that was 1925. I remember that. So that's when I went to computers. No, but they were saying about how you call and you get that, that recorded message at first, like, please hold the line. Your call is very important to us. And I went off on it for like a 5-minute spiel, and somebody said, that's what you should do. I went, nah.
Do you know that I'm laughing at Kate? Because all I can see is I can imagine Tom saying, picture this in Sicily, 1912.
That's right.
I've got visions. Kelly says, I've not been drinking, but you all look bloody. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
I
did.
Tom,
I sure did.
Yeah, I did.
I'm bloody blurry.
Yeah.
I used the 3.5 floppy disks and what were they? The 5 1/4, I think.
Yeah.
Floppy disks or floppy disks?
Yes.
Both.
They're considered archaeological, Kate. I love what Elric just said. I knew somebody was going to say this. If he goes to 1912, I hope I avoid the he avoids the Titanic.
Well, see, I let you in on a little secret. I was Jack. I didn't really die. I just swam away. I left her there. I was like, out of here. I dodged a bullet there. Even though she was a redhead. But still.
Oh, you're like married to. Oh, was it on? And my defense. In my defense, Tom, when you left me out there to drown, and get absolutely freezing, it really did break my heart because we really did have a good time. We done some dancing.
Yeah, but listen, I'm going to tell you that bed, that headboard that you were on floating, there was more than enough room for two of us, and you didn't let me on there. So I'm like, fuck this, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
I personally think it was the car in the cargo hold that did it.
Yeah.
Can I honestly say, when we were in that car, oh my God, Tom wore me out. That's why I had to have that
myself. Well.
When they found that car with the submarine and the noughts and crosses are still on the window.
Do you know what I was about to say? I put
the handprint is still there.
Jack was here.
That child is old enough that he ties one finger away.
I bet Tom, and then Guy, you got away. Oh my God.
Oh God.
Well, Kate.
Wow, this show is going quickly downhill, and we're 8 minutes away from finishing.
The packet accent. Edit up. You know what? That already reminds me of that episode of Rick and Morty when Morty turned into that car. Remember that episode, Tom?
I don't.
He turned into a car at the end, like when he's like in the middle of class or something.
That must have been like the 3rd or 4th.
It was probably like either season 2 or 3. Yeah, I would show the clip, but I don't want to cause copyright issues.
Yeah, I mean, Facebook does do that kind of shit. I mean, I'm just saying.
It does. So, right, going round, right? Obviously, Tim, what's that? Oh, I don't think you've quite got the show, The Weird Room. Is that still going?
I don't know.
Don't know.
No.
Nick, what's happening in Nick's world? When is the Nick Files coming back?
Yeah, so Nick Files is definitely going to be coming back. I mean, I think I'm going to start off with what I was talking earlier about in March, wanting to do this 100th anniversary special. I don't think I'm going to say this right now to be clear on things. I know some of these disaster slideshows are pretty long. I don't think this one's going to be as long as like compared to the Super Outbreak one, because when we did the Super Outbreak. When we did the Super Outbreak slideshow, we were focusing on multiple tornadoes that occurred that day in 1974. This one, we're only focusing on just one tornado because, again, it was the single deadliest in U.S. history. Now, and I did find out, actually, Laura, I don't know if she's still watching, I don't think she lives too far from, well, actually, no, she's probably a little bit, well, she's definitely closer than me. Probably at least about 2 hours in the town of Murfreesboro, Illinois. They're having a 100th anniversary event going on in that town, which of course, unfortunately, I'm probably not going to be able to make it to that. So that's why I'm kind of doing my own anniversary event. So we're gonna do this 100th anniversary special in March. Of course, my show's on a Wednesday in this case. Let me just see when March, because it occurred on March 18th of 1925. Okay, March 18th this year is on a Tuesday, so I'll have to do it the day afterwards, March 19th, for the Tri-State Tornado presentation. But I'm hoping after I do this one, I can get back to doing Nick Files on a regular basis. I already have a list of locations and events I definitely would like to cover at some point. Right now, I've just been also in the process of starting to get back into doing my audiobooks. I'm trying to get those done as quickly as possible so I can have time to get back to doing Nick Files.
All righty. What about you, Wayne? What is happening in Wayne's world?
Mainly, I'm going to be concentrating on getting my 5th book finished and published, because it's getting a bit of a bone of contention at the moment. But now I've got the Christmas Eve story out the way, and that's all been done and dusted, I can now concentrate on that. Dark Mirror Radio show's back on Monday night, obviously at 9 o'clock. 9:30. And not much else, really. I mean, tomorrow, this weekend, we're off to get our Parapups. We're off to get 2 little chalky puppies.
Oh.
And
Tom.
so we never know. I might end up taking one of them with us on an investigation to see whether the rumours are true about animals having a 6th sense.
Yes.
Well, that in fact, see you, Wayne. Every time I see you, every time I see you, you're always giving me bloody subjects, man.
Get it wrote down. It's great.
There we go.
Right, Tom. What about yourself?
I'm trying to concentrate on getting a video done since I haven't done one in 3 weeks.
Come on, you can do it.
I know I can do it. I can. I said I'd be back. I did. I should have some time because hopefully this Sunday it won't be real windy out like it has been the last few weeks, which is preventing me from doing a video. I also decided to take 2 days off next week, Wednesday and Thursday. 1 day so I could see Tommy, and 1 day so I can make a video. So whether or not I make one this Sunday, I will be making one midweek, which is odd for me, but but still, I got to make one because I didn't even do a live feed last week, and people weren't happy about that. But or this
I know I was sitting, breaking my heart, saying, "Tom, where are I, Tom? Hurry up with this fucking video." I'm sitting there.
The live feed didn't happen mostly.
That was Shakespeare.
Huh?
That was Shakespeare that wrote that. Tom, where are I, Tom? I'm waiting for the fucking video. Hurry up.
Alas, poor Tom, I knew him well. Sorry. Those lips.
Shakespeare.
But most of the reason I didn't do the live feed this past week was there's been some family things going on, and I didn't know whether or not I was going to have to do some things or not. So, and I don't want to get into too much detail because it's just boring stuff, and nobody really cares about my family. They don't know them and stuff like that, and I get that. But it kind of prevented it this week. Plus, I just wasn't feeling up to it because of the issues that were going on. I didn't feel like being my normal cheery self like I have been tonight. Family issues still going on, but you know, I'm pressing on. But yeah, I should be making a video sometime in the next 5 days at the very least. I don't know where I'm going to go. I don't know what I'm going to do. I never do. As I said yesterday, my videos aren't planned. It's like the night before I'll come across something and go, "Ooh, I should go check that out." And bam, I go there. And I'll think the whole time I'm making it, nobody's going to watch this. Nobody's going to care. And then I get like 1,500 views in one day. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy. Which is good for me because the ad revenue helps. You know, I'm just saying. Subscribe to This Is Tom's World.
Well, that's
he needs the
that's the top one. Right, guys, I'm going to have to quickly go through the comments because I am borderline going into somebody else's show. Hiya, Sarah Louise. How you doing, my love? Long time no see. Hope you're keeping well. Kate says Tom's gone to get his lumberjack suit. Deja vu. Thank you for coming, Eric, and thank you for Norwegian Ghost Hunters for coming. And oh my God, Tom Space Kate says, Kelly says.
Sorry, Lois, just got to give a quick shout out also to those. I don't know how many of them are still watching, but I just want to let you guys, the Norwegian Ghost Hunters, know I sent a couple friend requests to you guys, so I definitely would like to stay in contact with you guys.
I cut
Definitely, that would be awesome.
I like to press wildfire.
Yeah.
I put on women's clothing and hang around.
Oh yeah, there's a lumberjack thing again.
Sorry.
Oh my God. Kelly says chemtrails.
Yep.
Kate says any conspiracies related to the fires. 2 minutes, guys, and Kate, I'll come back to you. What's your thoughts on chemtrails? Kelly, I'll come back to you second. Kelly says share photos of them. Definitely animals do. All animals look at the elephants. I hope Tom it's a clean video. I've heard about your videos. Don't give up your day job, Willow. Thank you very much.
My videos are all clean, by the way. Very family friendly. Despite how I act on on these lives, my videos are very family friendly. Thank you.
Williams, take pickle on understanding Tom's family can be hard. Accepted Gear says, and Podgy says, great show and thanks for the shout out. Right, quickly.
Like I said, we'll definitely keep in touch, guys.
Definitely. Right, in relation to Kate, quickly. Any conspiracies related to the fires? Guys, have you got any conspiracies related to the fires?
No, it is government driven, or the lack of action from the government. But I don't think it's conspiracy. It's just politics. Politics had a lot to do with this, and it doesn't matter which side of the aisle it was. It doesn't matter which side of the aisle you follow. Politics has been interfering with a lot of things, and it's time that we take it back, because in the Constitution, it says, for the people, by the people. They work for us. Don't forget that, people. Yeah. Despite what they say, they work for us, and we need to redo that.
Yep.
Yeah, there's been a few. There's been a bit of chatter on TikTok that Biden has done all this on purpose to cause Trump as much grief as possible when he's sworn in.
It's not just him. Even mayors and stuff, like the mayor of
the current powers that be are trying to doing this on purpose to cause Trump a headache when he gets into office.
And the Republicans will do the same thing to a Democrat when they go in. Now it's just going to become standard, and it's all stupid. They forgot the basis. The basis is that they are supposed to be here for us, not their own pockets. And everybody, all of them on both sides of the aisle, they all play the stock market, and they control the stock market. That shouldn't be.
They're all so busy flinging mud at each other that they don't realise we're the ones that are in the middle, in between it all.
And we're the ones that have to suffer.
Yeah, definitely. What about Delsey's thoughts? Do you guys get any more thoughts in relation to do with the fires and conspiracies?
At this point, I'm basically just kind of open to anything as far as I'm concerned.
Oh,
and I was
really?
actually just talking with. Well, you guys know my. Wait, what did Tom just say?
You said you were open to anything. I said, "Oh, really? Let me come on over."
No, I was gonna say, Lois, as you know, my friend Rochelle that I often hang out with a lot. She used to live in California, and she had told me that when she used to live in California, they often would sometimes see those type of fires, but not to a severe degree like this.
No.
And she said, you go to those areas now, they would be prior to these fires would have this beautiful kind of golden color to them, to the mountains. You go there today, and they're like charred black. Even after all these years.
Well, the problem is that normally what they do there is like, I don't know if they do it annually or biannually or whatever they do it, but they usually go through and remove all the brush and stuff like that, because they know they're going to have wildfires. It happens every year or a couple times a year or whatever. But for whatever reason, this time around, they yanked the budget for that.
Yeah.
And during all these wildfires that were happening, people were saying they didn't see one single fire truck So it had again. It comes down to politics and stupidity.
Yeah.
There was also the rumor going around that someone had cut the water mains as well, so the fires couldn't be put out when the fire brigade did turn up.
Fire hydrants didn't work.
So there's, I mean, it's a case of you can make of it what you want, but all you get is social media stands there, and all it takes is that one person to go, "Oh, well, so and so's the reason behind it," and then it spreads.
It's all of them. It's all those in power that are behind all this bullshit.
Yeah.
You'll end up with 500,000 different excuses and never actually find out the real cause. And we had that with the wildfires in Corfu. Everybody was saying, "Oh, it was accidental. It was because somebody threw a bottle out the window." But the initial fire itself was actually started by 3 people that were paid to start the fires by a land developer.
Yeah.
And those 3 people finally got caught, and they were put in prison for it.
They're definitely.
So it's rumours against fact, but you've got to find out the facts first.
It totally is. What about Dale's Tim?
No, I'm just. To be honest with you, I'm finding the whole world so negative at the moment.
Yeah.
Because the way I've been feeling with my own mental health, I've sort of shut myself off. So I haven't got a clue to what's going on in the world at the moment. I'm just going after me and my family, and that might sound mean, but
no, not at all. Not at all.
So I know the fires are going on, but I wouldn't want to comment on if anyone started it or not. I don't know.
No, that's fine.
I'm just sort of down.
On you go, honey.
Yeah.
No, on you go, lovey.
Who, me?
No, Tim.
Come on, Tim.
Carry on. No, I've just said.
All right. Chemtrails. What about chemtrails, guys? No.
Sorry.
I don't believe in chemtrails.
I haven't seen any at the moment. The last I watch out for them, but there's not been that many. It's sort of like slowed down a bit this time of the year. I don't know. It sort of had a big build up right the way through till Christmas, and now it's not a lot. I don't know whether it's because of the weather. I don't know.
It's not right.
I don't feel with chemtrails. I don't feel that if they're going to put something into the air, why they have to be high altitude to do it. I think if they're going to put something in the air to affect anybody, they're going to do it. They don't need to do it at that high altitude. They could do it at a lower altitude and get more effect.
I mean, if they did it at a lower altitude and they brought in like crop dusters to do it, that would be a little more suspicious. You know? I mean, like say here in Philadelphia, we don't see crop dusters a whole hell of a lot. We don't see them at all. But if one went over and it was spewing out something, we'd be like, "What the hell's going on?"
Yeah.
Really.
So it would make more sense to do it up higher and just have it, eventually settle down.
I mean, you look at a normal passenger aircraft flying over when it's at 30,000 feet. It's going to create that vapor trail behind it.
Yeah,
and this is where people then turn around and say, "Are they putting something in that vapor trail?"
Well,
that's that vapor trail exists because it's minus degrees up there, and obviously you've got high exhaust, so it will make a vapor trail.
Right, and you will see it start to, like, as it's up there, it'll expand and then start to dissipate. But what the people that here, we'll say in cities, say is that, like, with the chemtrails, they seem to just kind of hang there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, as opposed to dissipate like they would from the vapor trails. And sometimes you'll see it in, like, I've seen it many times here, and I don't know if they're chemtrails, vapor trails, whatever, but like here, even above my house, I'll see like an X up in the air. It's like, what the hell is that? What is going on? Have I been targeted? You've been targeted. Come on.
We get that here all the time. We got a major airport about an hour down the road from me.
Oh yeah.
And we've got a lot of aircraft coming in from all different directions, and the patterns we get in the sky it's unbelievable. But there was a scientist that actually said the colder it is, then the longer the vapor trail will stay, because it will be emitted from the engine and turn into steam, which then turns into ice.
Yeah.
So those ice crystals will stay there a lot longer. So instead of having between 10 and 15 minutes for a vapor trail from start to finish, it may be 20 minutes to half an hour, because the ice crystals then have to drop through the atmosphere into warmer temperatures for it to melt and then disperse.
Mm.
Yeah.
So I can understand both sides. There's no reason why they're not putting anything into the atmosphere. But
maybe that's why we have peanut allergies now, and we didn't have them when we were kids.
Well, this is very true. Right, I'm going to have to jump quickly, guys. The last one is the fog.
Yeah.
In case they save the cheesesteak.
Fog?
What is everybody's thoughts in the fog?
I've seen that.
Quite a few people. I'm sorry, Wayne. I know quite a few people from around in our area here who were going out and that, they've just dropped ill.
Yeah.
This bad flu and thick phlegm and the coughs. They've been knocked off the feet with the temperatures, and it's been like that for about a week, and then it sort of just goes away. But loads of people have come down with this in the fog. But it's not just been here, though, has it? I mean, this you're hearing on YouTube. It's all over the world. It seems to have all been at one time.
And what the hell happened to all the drones everybody was seeing? They just disappeared.
Yeah, they just I remember hearing about that all over the news. And they
just gone.
You know why, don't you?
Because you knew rain was coming.
No, because some of the drones have been taken out. They've discovered they're man-made.
Of course, of course, it's been the government's all along.
And there was also in the United States, there was some nuclear material went missing, and there is an organisation called NEST who are responsible for looking for that missing material, and they use drones to try and locate them.
Even though our government assured us that was not the case, they cited that exactly. There is no lost nuclear. It's not happening.
Yeah.
It's not us, we swear. And then all of a sudden, well, we know what it is, and then it just went away, and nobody talk about it online anymore.
Yeah, they couldn't find it. None of it.
It's the same shit. But guys, it has been wonderful. We've done 2 hours and 15 minutes. It has been total mayhem for the last 2 nights. But again, a big, huge thank you to the new viewers that are coming in, the old viewers. You guys mean a lot to us. Without you guys, we wouldn't have these shows. And without my team being my backbone and my heart, I wouldn't have
You'd
these
just
shows.
be a bag of skin.
Exactly. But everyone, enjoy your weekend. Stay safe, especially this winter. Please, guys, wrap up there. And if you're anything like Tom swinging it round, make sure it's wrapped up. But everybody, stay safe. See you later. Bye, everyone. Bye.